Somebody responded there, no sound. Okay, so I just want to explain over here about the initiatives of Startup TN with the slide. Just a minute, I'll share. Okay, so Startup TN, so this comes under the Department of MSME, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Scale Enterprises. This is Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Mission. This is actually the existed name of the Startup TN, or it is rebranded as Startup TN. And presently it is acting as a nodal agency to the Government of India to develop the innovation and startup ecosystem all over Tamil Nadu. So this was initiated about 1 year back with the vision of making tier 2 and tier 3 cities of the Tamil Nadu in the culture of making innovation even in the grassroots level as well as in the institutions level. So they have so much of initiatives we are conducting, we are organizing so much of the events, we are supporting in so many ways for the startups and the early stage entrepreneurs for building their own business. So I just want to explain about what may be the initiatives they you can get benefit out of Startup TL. So this is actually very prime initiative of Startup TL. This is the TAN seed for the early stage startups. If any startups already have raised already in the developing stage, maybe 6 months or 1 year, they have shown some result or traction for their business plan. And finally, so now they are in the position of scaling up their business. So TAN seed is a fund for nurturing the seed for the innovation. So actually, this is old statistics. Actually, 84 startups, around 120 startups got benefited through the TAN seed. That is a seed fund that will ranges from 10 lakhs to 2.5 crores. That was a package what we are offering for the TAN seed. So if anybody is building your own startups, maybe from zero to you are building for the 6 months of the time, you just run your business. And if you are showing some traction during the 6 months of time, so the startup team is ready to invest the TAN seed. So this is actually not the just a seed money you are getting and you are building developing a business. But this is actually an equity grant. So 3% of share. You have to register your company as a private limited entity. So private limited entity, 97% of share will be in your side, and so 3% share will be taken by the startup TN. So private limited entity only can apply for this transit. Otherwise, if you have any other kind of entity, proprietorship or any other entity in the sense also, if we are supposed to invest in the scheme of transit, you have to convert that as a private limited entity. So that is the only criteria. So considering about the selection parameters of transit is something. So Tanseed only they consider whether this particular business is a scalable business. If we are investing some 10 lakhs of money, so when it will be multiplied. That kind of the thing we are offering. So business plan, that is what we have to present. So this also comes under Tanseed, but this is specifically for SC/ST startup. So if a startup is owned by the persons from the community of SC and ST, so we startup team is funding. So for the first year, it was 30 crores of money was invested in SC/ST startups, and presently we are running in the second year. 50 crores is sanctioned for this particular scheme of SC/ST startup fund. So first phase of SC/ST transit fund is over. Now the second stage, you can apply. You can got startup TN website. You can go through there. So there you will get the Google form for applying this SC/ST. If in your reference some companies there, if any startup owned by SC/ST is looking for it for the money, you can refer. Then this is again Angel TN. So this is a portal. It is in the developing stage by the startup TN. So apart from TAN seed, apart from SC/ST fund, Angel TN fund is also sorry. So Angel TN is also we are developing high network individuals global. So globally, some persons will be in Dubai or many countries. So we are making the connection with all those global persons and making this initiative as Angel TN. So So the second thing is, so already I told that tier 1 cities getting benefit of all those
Sir, Jijin sir, we cannot hear you, sir.
sorry, a small internet issue. So presently, this year we are establishing in Salem, Trichy, Coimbatore, and again in Kadalur and Tanjavur. Tanjavur is purely focusing on agriculture. So this is a prime objective of Startup TN to inculcate or to develop some this ecosystem and this innovation ecosystem and building up the startups from zero level to all those cities, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, likewise we are established. So then this year we are looking forward to develop a global coordination center. This coordinating center will be in the abroad. So they will be taking care of this particular investment from the globes. Already we know that in last week guidance, Tamil Nadu, they have launched the logo for the GIM, Global Innovator Investment Meet on 2024. So we are also associate partner for that. So we are connecting, we are making a permanent office over permanent office in the Dubai for making the investment from the Dubai and other countries for the early stage entrepreneurs of our Tamil Nadu tier 1, 2, 3 kind of cities. So especially focusing on some of the things are agri-tech, green tech, these technology and women entrepreneurs, women-led companies we are focusing specifically. And the next thing is incubation. So startup team is already get connected with all the incubation centers all over. Around 100 plus incubation centers in Tamil Nadu is connected with startup team. So we usually organized yearly, we organize scale up fund for the incubation centers. Presently, the second phase of the scale up program is going on. The winners, not the winners, the selected persons, managers from the incubation centers will be I will visiting Israel and again. So this incubation center will get the benefit of a scale up grant of 3 lakhs. That is again another possibility from the startup TN. So we have identified these incubation centers in the sector focus. So agri-tech or tech or big tech or blue economy or likewise, which area the particular incubation center is focusing on. That details we have. So if any startups are looking for to get a mentorship or any other facilities from the incubation center or any other seed money from the incubation center, we will divert them to this particular incubation center for getting the benefit out of benefit for their startups. So already again clearly given the incubation maturity model that is again introduced over the rating of the incubation centers, how they are performing, That is what the prime objective of incubation maturity model. So then the accelerator forum, so cohort we are organizing for building up. So already some startups who are raised the initial investments in the sense we are making accelerator forum, which is socially impact startups will be supported through the accelerator programs. So mentor TN, so I hope somebody may be aware of that. You can get the mentor, you can get connect with the mentor of any domain in all over India. So mentor portal, you can register through your mail ID and you can get connected or you can ask for the appointment. So anytime, so one person will be monitoring all day, they will process the appointment with the mentor through virtual or the physical mode. I'll give the connect details, maybe the contact details of the mentor person. So if you want to get some idea on the business plan, if you are looking for the branding sector, if you are looking for marketing support. So likewise, the mentor already onboarded. Technical support also, many of the mentors onboarded there. So that maybe that mentors may be from the industrial point, from industrial sector, or maybe from incubation centers. Likewise, so many mentors joined over there. You can get the details from mentors through the mentor TN portal. Get the appointment through Startup TN. So this is Brand Lab and Launchpad. If any good company is there, so if you're looking forward to launch your product, or if you're looking forward to launch your brand, in the sense, we are supporting through this particular forum, Brand Labs and Launchpad. So this is again a prime opportunity for the startups. This is the direct procurement for the startups. Already government GO is there that the startup can support to the government departments the maximum of 3 lakhs. So if any government departments, maybe the collectorate or corporation sector, or anybody is looking forward for any solution from any startup, I can say the example likewise. If any corporation is looking for it for the waste management startups, then we can then through this particular portal, the waste management startups can support. So the regional hub will organize the events like S2G, Startup to Government by Day. So there you have to present. There the startups has to present their idea to the government department, which department is in the need for the solution. So if your proposed solution, if your proposed idea is validated, and that will be good in the sense that you will be supported through the startup. You will be get the business from that particular government department. That is what called as direct procurement. Here, only the GO is there. They are not supposed to call for tender or anything. No competitor will be there for this particular day. No MNC will compete with you. No corporate will compete with you. So you can directly, only the startups will be pitching their idea. So if your idea is a better solutions, the government can afford that particular technology. So hackathons, so usually present before that the startup in district level, likewise they used to conduct. Presently, startup in have one another entity, that is called open innovation framework. Open innovation framework. Likewise, we are onboarding the problem statements of the different stakeholders of different ecosystem holders, different departments of the government. Everybody will submit their problem to this particular open innovation framework. So we will the forum will be open for the startups as well as the students to solve that problem. So likewise, we are organizing the hackathon based on the problem statements submitted by different stakeholders. So again, break the barriers. This is again the inspirational events. If for the colleges, if any students who are not looking forward, if the students are struggling to develop their own startups, we are organizing these kind of the events for breaking the barrier. Or what kind of the barrier may be some money you may need the money, or some family situations. Likewise, many of them not looking forward to build their own startups. That kind of the support we are establishing through the break the barrier. So again, Audiculum is again even for pitching. The startups can pitch their idea to this forum. They will be giving the cash awards and all those things. If any need is there from any other departments or any person, we'll do the connect to the watch. In the Audiculum panels, so reputed mentors will be there. Through the mentors, from the mentors, the startups also can get the better opportunities, as well as better ideas and support from this kind of the mentors. That is what the forum called as Audible. So community circles, it was launched by the Honorable Chief Minister, but presently we have changed on the small thing is the community circles we are converted into the campus circles. So campus circles, we are onboarding around 300 campus circles we are planning. Presently, the first phase, 20 campus circles for making the entrepreneurial activities. So again, call center is again open presently. Anybody can call for any doubts or clarification to the startup through the call center. So thank you so much. So for the next 2 days, with 19 and 20, we have a startup Tirula to Codicia Coimbatore. So welcome you all to be the part of that particular event. So as I have the organizing work over the years, so I am little fast with my presentation. Very sorry for that, Prabha. So around 8 persons are waiting for me to go from hotel. So that is why. Sorry. Any more queries, you can reach out Prabha, so we will respond. Startup team is ready to support for building the startups. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Any questions from audience, sir? You can raise your hand. I can unmute. I think there is no questions, sir.
So Prabha, so thank you so much. Seriously,
Thank
it is
you.
a waiting in the car for me. So I need to
Okay.
see.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Dear participants, I will carry out the session from here. He explained about what are the things government of Tamil Nadu is providing to the startup and innovators from the from all over the country. Now I can start my presentation. Is it visible now? Anyone? Please? Yes, it's visible. Government of India is taking lot of initiatives to promote the entrepreneurship and innovation all over the country. That is started from the Startup India movement. Startupindia.gov.in is the separate website which all the access, all the things will be available for the startups. First thing is I will start from the home. This is the this is the home page of the portal, which is you can access all the resources from Government of India. First thing is what are the Startup India initiatives, Startup India action plan, and what are the kits. You can get the cloud credits from the AWS and other corporates. You can build your startup with a zero money. That is the main motto of the Startup India. After developing your ideas, you can pitch to Startup India sequence scheme also, which is available here. And you can apply for the Startup India logo if you are conducting any programs in India and you want Startup India to be the part of that program means you can apply for the Startup India logo here. They will approve. After that only you can use the logo of Startup India. And what are the recognition means? In India, there is a definition. If you are a startup means you must hold a startup DPIIT recognition, Department for Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade certification. After you got that DPIIT certification only, you will be considered as legally considered as a startup in India. So you can apply for the DPIIT recognition from this portal. This is completely free. Now they are diverting this portal into National Single Window System. If you are an Indian or if you have a company of 51% of shareholding by an Indian means, you can directly apply for the Startup India sequence scheme. Sorry, Startup India DPIIT recognition. After that, you can download. There is a lot of benefits from the Startup India sequence scheme. After getting the DPIIT recognition, you can apply for the patent. You can reclaim all the amount for the patent. You will be get the tax exemption for up to 100 crores for 2 years. You don't need to pay any taxes if you got the DPIIT recognition means. And if you are a startup and you are going for the public procurement, if you are competing with other companies means if you are going for the S2G government procurement means you have to follow the tender policies. But if you are a startup means you can directly get your order without any tender process. You can directly get up to 50 lakhs of your order. It's a easily public procurement norm. It is different from the uh, department to department. Minimum 50 lakh, maximum 50 lakhs for the other departments. If you are developing a product for the defense sector means it will be up to 3 crores. You can directly go to procurement without any tenders. You can easily, if you are a failing startup means you can easily winding up the company in India. Winding up or closing a company is a very, very stringent legal process. But if you have got a DPIIT recognition means you can easily wind up your company and you can close your company. These are all the key initiatives. What are the schemes and policies you have will be listed down here. I will go with the central government schemes. What are the things government of India is doing other than Startup India? What are the other ministries are giving grants or any supports will be listed over here. You can see Maybe Startup Hub is a purely electronics based ministry. Ministry of Electronics and IT will give you the startup supports, and the Department of Science and Technology and Atal Innovation Mission, BIRAC supports for the startups. There are different ministries, they will support different startup schemes. If you are a software based startup means you can directly apply for the MATI grants. It will be easily gone through this. If you are a biotechnology based startup means you can directly apply for the BIRAC grants. Or otherwise, if you have the very good technologies or physical products, like it means you can apply for the DST schemes or DST programs. DST will support the Nidhi Prayas. Nidhi Prayas for the hardware products up to 10 lakhs. You can easily get the grants from a lot of prayer centers all over the country. Uh, Likewise, you can see here. First one is the Ministry of Science and Technology. High risk, high reward research. It is a PRISM, Newgen Entrepreneurship Development Center. For this all will be um, only sanctioned through the calls. You cannot it will not be open throughout the year. It will be open 1 or 2 months per year. It will be purely based on the call first. You have to apply and you can get the funds from the government. And next one is the MATI, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. They have a lot of schemes. They have the separate MATI startup hub where they are promoting startups in a huge scale. And the Ministry of Finance is a sustainable finance scheme and end-to-end energy efficiency. Recently, Government of India is promoting a green hydrogen. If you are a startup developing or supporting the green hydrogen adoption means you will easily get the grants from the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. And if you are developing a technology for the heavy industries means you can easily apply for the Ministry of Heavy Industry schemes. There is a Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises schemes. Mostly startups or industries are supported by the MSME, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. They will support you from the raw material procurement to sales. They have the GEM portal to support you to sell your product immediately. You can list your products there. Because if you are a startup means you will get the benefits from all over the ministry, because all over the ministries are implementing the startup policy. Everyone is supporting your idea. The only thing is you have to come up with an idea and everyone will give you the supports, hand-holding supports and funds, or any mentoring supports, sales supports, or if you are looking for the import or export means, they will also give the guidance. Invest India is directly the parent organization for the Startup India. So if you are developing a good startup means they will connect you throughout the global, and you can easily go to the global market also. And if you are in India means how you can go to the startup. If you are a startup from India means I will share. If you are from the Andhra Pradesh, okay, I'm having a startup, and every state have their own policies. All over India have their own policy and schemes. Apart from that, every state have their own innovation and startup policy. Not every states are supporting every startups or every ideas, because if we see Madhya Pradesh is fully covered by the lands, they cannot support for the blue economy or ocean related startups. right? Like that way, every state has their own policies, and every states are differ from their innovation and focus areas. Let's see here, Andhra Pradesh. For Andhra Pradesh Innovation Society is the nodal center for the startup in Andhra Pradesh government. They will have their own grants, and they have their own mentorship. Likewise, they have every state has their own startup and innovation policies. If we are seeing at Tamil Nadu means, you can see Startup TN is the nodal agency for Tamil Nadu, and if we are going to Kerala means Kerala Startup Mission is the nodal agency. They will say how much startup they are having, how much grants they distributed, and what are the supports they will provide to you, and what are the things you can extract from them. You can see each and every states have their own policies and own resources. For example, government of Tamil Nadu has the very good mountain resources and ocean resources all over the places. So they have the most of the startup access, most of the market access to the startups. If you are an aquaculture based startup means you can directly approach to government of Tamil Nadu or government of Andhra Pradesh. Both the states are mainly promoting, mostly promoting the aquaculture based start ideas. They have the policy, their policy is included with the aquaculture based innovation and development. If you are seeing here Andaman and Nicobar Islands, they are mostly promoting the uh, tourism sector. If you have any ideas related to tourism sector, and if you want to implement to the core places means Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep is a very good place. You can start incubated, and they will support you from the coast. And government of Tamil Nadu also have the very good coastline. If you have any marine coastline related ideas, means they will support you. And Tamil Nadu Fisheries Department is also having their separate own policy. Every state have the every other businesses will coming under the Ministry of Small and Medium Scale Industries. Sorry, medium scale enterprises. But aquaculture will come along with the Department of Fisheries. So they have the separate ministry, and they have the separate economy contribution in India. If you have very good technology, but if you want to implement in India, and it will be the breakthrough for the aquaculture sector, like white shrimp virus, right? WSSP is the major problem for the shrimp aquaculture based problem statement in India. If you have a very good solution which can be worked out in the field, means you can easily connect through the government. Government will also support you, and we are all the lot of incubators and national institutes around the country. We can directly get you to the farmers, and we can easily help you to implement in the field. These are all the things we will start from here. First one is the Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir has also startup JK. It's not. Startup JK, they have the 590 DPIIT recognized startups, and out of 590, 207 startups are women-led. They are mainly focusing on the construction and engineering. They are mostly promoting the engineering-based startups, and their nodal agency is the Industries and Commerce Department. If you are a person from Jammu and Kashmir, means you can directly go to Industries and Commerce Department. If you have the contact numbers and mail ID here, you can directly reach out the person. Next one is the Startup Himachal. Here, Department of Industry is mainly Department of Industries is mainly promoting the startups at Himachal Pradesh. 361 startups is registered under DPIIT, and out of 361, 153 is a women-led startup. You can see here Startup Himachal. Mostly, these government agencies will be the Section 8 company or societies or a not-for-profit organizations. They can easily raise the CSR fundings or they can easily get the government connects also. They are the separate private entity which is implemented by the separate state governments. And here, Startup Punjab. Every state. Next one is the Startup Rajasthan. Next one is the Startup Madhya Pradesh. Everyone has the most of the states are Delhi and Maharashtra, uh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu states are having the more number of startups in the country. They have the more DPIIT recognized startups in the country. They are the leading persons, and others are picking up. It will be widespread all over the country. If you have a technology and if you have the market needs, you can directly go to that state. If you are in the Tamil Nadu and if you are developing a product for the cold weather, means it will not work out at Tamil Nadu. So you can directly go to Himachal Pradesh and you can approach the persons from the startup Himachal and you can directly get your market connects and government support from them. That is the main thing. If you are a initial stage business means you need a hand holding support, right? They will invest in you and they will give you the market connects also. That is the beauty of the startup ecosystem. You can get all the resources from them. After that, Startup India is running a separate program called Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. If you are a startup registered in India, you can directly apply to the scheme. If you want a development of you can directly get up to 50 lakhs of the investment through this program. sathyabama-tbi also facilitating this fund. We got the 5.25 crores of a grant to distribute this fund to the startups. If you are eligible startup, you are having the good idea means you can directly approach to us. If your idea is viable means we can give the grants up to 20 lakhs per startup and other than 20 lakhs will be the investments up to 50 lakhs we can give you the convertible debenture or get more investments. Other than that, Startup India has a separate portal for a Startup India Investor Connect, and you can see here what are the governments giving, how much can, for example, Tamil Nadu government has the separate program called TANSEED, Tamil Nadu's TANSEED program, and other than that, Emerging Sector Seed Fund Scheme. If you are a person who is working under the emerging sector means you can directly apply to the scheme. You can get a lot of investment through the government of Tamil Nadu. Like that, every government, state government has the separate grant and investment programs within the states. And if you want the funding means you can see the things, what are the things you have to fulfill as a startup. You have to have the very good traction, very good product, very good team, and very good technologies, very good mentors. Those are all the things you need to fulfill. You can see what are the things, basics you need fulfill as a startup to raise your funding. And here you can see the Startup India regulatory and supports. What are the supports Startup India can do? Central government policies, women entrepreneurship, incubator frameworks, and what are the things your state and union territory policies. This is where here. And market access. If you are a startup or developing a very good product, if you can't go to the market, means it will be the challenging one, right? Everyone can't easily penetrate the existing market. That is the problem with the startups. So every day programs and challenges. Here you can see what are the challenges, what are the important programs are conducting by the corporates or incubators or accelerators. You can see all the things here. If you are eligible for this program means you can apply here and you can get the market access, funding support, incubation support, acceleration support from here. And you can also host a program if you are a person from the corporate means you can also host a program with Startup India. And here are all the international engagements. What are the countries are doing free trade with the government of India, and what are the procurement by the governments? You can partner with them also or to develop a new product. Next one is the marquee initiatives, national startup. It is for the it for maintaining the quality of the startups in India. So if you are a very good performer in India, you are going very good at a startup ecosystem. Means they will give you the national awards, and you can get the recognition from the Startup India. Here, Startup India keep these are all the Startup India kit you can get after the DPIIT recognitions. Actually, as I said, you can get your reimbursement from the intellectual property rights, and you can easily go sell your product to the government of India. And if you are a startup, means you can easily give your self certification under labor and environmental laws. Other corporates or big companies cannot do that self certification. They have to follow the strict government rules. But if you are a startup, you have got CDPIT recognition means you can give your own self-certification to the labor and environmental laws, and you can get a faster exit. If your company is failing, means you can directly file your closing of your startup. It will not be the big problem. But if you want to access other funds, I have listed out in the Startup India portal. There are a lot of funds are listed out in the Startup India portal. If you want to access those funds also, you need to get the DPIIT recognition. If you don't have the DPIIT recognition, means you cannot access any other government grants as a startup. And you will have the tax exemption for the 2 years. Now they are extended into 3 years. You can get the startup recognition for the up to 10 years, or if you got the turnover of 100 crores, means you will lose your startup recognition. After that, you will be considered as a regular industry. And you will have the knowledge bank, what are the things, networking, idea bank. This is the very good big portal. If you want to network with a incubator, if you want to network with other startups also, you can directly message to them. You can log in your account and you can directly message to them. You can mail to them. They will immediately reply. If they see in your messages, they will immediately reply to you. Other than that, online learning program. There is a separate program called the Startup India Learning Program. If you are an initiate person, you don't have any idea about startup, you don't know what a startup means. You can register to this program. This is the 4 weeks program. It is completely online. After it is a video playing and answering. It's a completely automated program. If you want to learn about the startup means, you can register in here. The initial one is the Startup India Learning Program. It's a 20 hours module, 4 weeks program. You can register here. There is a separate mobile application also available. If you completed this program means you will get the certificates also. This is a very important thing. If you are a Startup India learning program completed person means you will get a lot of knowledge how to use these funds and how you can apply, what are the things you need to consider yourself as a startup, and what is the basics of the startups will be, all the things will be covered within this 20 hours. And list of patent facilitators, trademark facilitators, startup idea bank means they will give you the ideas. It is not an you have to come up with an idea and you have to develop things. They will give you the problem statements which are faced by the government of India. Okay, you can give you the correct solution to them. You can get the funding support and get the recognition from them. There is no need you have to find out the very good problem statement. You have to come up with a very good idea. After that, only we will support. Startup India is also giving you the ideas to establish, and you can get into the places. And traffic management, sports reforms, making India a disabled friendly nation. Pollution control. There's a lot of ideas already given by the startup in government, given by the government departments. And you can feature your startup in the international forum and national forum. It will give you the very good boost to your business. And other than that, you can see here startups, mentors, incubator, investor, corporate accelerators, government bodies, and other than that, government discussion forums. This is always open. Everyone can use. If you are a startup, if you have a very good idea, you want to become an entrepreneur means you can come and discuss here. This is open for all the sectors, not specified to the aquaculture sector. This is restricted to construction sector. It is open for all the startups. If you have very good idea means you can register here and you can become the startups. Government of Tamil Nadu also launching a separate program to for the DPIIT drive. If you want any information from them, they will guide you to register as a DPIIT recognized startup also. They have the DPIIT drives. They are conducting DPIIT drives. We are also at Sathyabama Technology Business Incubator. September 15, we are planning for the next DPIIT drive by the startup here. If you are interested, means you can directly come and get register your DPIIT here also. Thank you. Any other questions? You can unmute yourself. If you have any questions, means you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Mayappan from Karaikudi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in our college we have one team, sir, startup team. Now we have good ideas, sir, but we don't know how to convert into a prototype. We have idea to convert into prototype, but we want funds, sir. Is there any specific program for converting idea into prototype?
Sir, is this a physical product or a SaaS-based product?
It's a mobile app-based product.
Sir, if you are a mobile app-based product, means the funds are limited, but that is not, we cannot say that it's very limited. You can apply for the Startup India seed fund scheme, and other than that, MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, has the very good grants, EIR and the prototype development grant.
Okay, sir. MeitY. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, any other questions? No, I've seen one question at chat box. When applying for this startup, should that individual be domicile of respective state? You can belong to any state and you can apply to any other state. If you are applying, for example, if you are living in the Karnataka and applying for the Tamil Nadu grants, means you can apply. But after getting that grants, you have to relocate to the government of Tamil Nadu areas. They will have some restrictions uh, if you are working at other states and if you are getting benefits of the government of Tamil Nadu, means you have to post your company from other states. They will expect those things. But if you are getting government of India grants, means there is no restrictions. You can be anywhere at government of India. If you are from Tamil Nadu and if you are getting government of India grant and want to work at the Telangana, means there is no restriction. Is any incubator center a startups in Tamil Nadu? Yes, a lot of incubation centers are working under the AI and ML technologies. Yes, you can visit Startup TN portal. That will be clearly mentioned what are the incubators are working in the AI startup AI sector. And other than that, you can also visit Startup India portal also. They will also have the very good track record of what are the incubators are doing and what are the supported startups. Okay, thank you. Our next speaker will be joining in few minutes. Okay, speaker is joining. Let's wait for a few minutes because his session is going to start at 11 a.m. If you have any startup ideas or if you have any doubts related to startups or in entrepreneurship, if you have any business ideas, you can talk to us. You have 5 minutes. It's open for all. Any volunteers?
Hi, hello.
Hello,
Yeah, it's a good morning.
good morning.
Sure. Book me social and bookmesocial.com வந்து கூப்பிடுறேன்.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
ஆக்சுவலி இப்போ ஸ்டார்ட் அப் இந்த சீட் ஃபண்டிங் போகும்போது உங்களோட இன்குபேட்டர் ப்ரெஃபரன்ஸ்ல உங்களோட யூனிவர்சிட்டி நேம் எனக்கு காட்டுமா? சத்யபாமா யூனிவர்சிட்டி.
Sir, inside the university, technology business incubator is a separate society. We are running as a separate society. If you go into the Startup India Seed Fund portal, means I can look at Society of Sathyabama University Technology Business Incubator.
What is the name of it? Satyabama University Technology
Business Incubator.
Business Incubator. Sure, okay. Thank you.
Sir, I am Kapil Raj,
Yes.
Dr. MGR Fisheries College Research Institute, Talainayiru, BFSC.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir. Okay, let's pause this for a few minutes. Our next guest is joined already.
Prabhushan,
Yes, sir.
Inbosa has joined.
Yes, sir. Sir is joined.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So, good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for the technology-based entrepreneurship development program day 2. Today, our chief guest is Dr. D. Inbakandan, sir, head professor.
Prabhushan, sorry, I will give you the introduction. Okay.
Sure. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So once again, I welcome you all for the second day of technology-based entrepreneurship development program in aquaculture, sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The second session will be handled by Dr. D. Inbakandan. Sir has started his career in National Institute of Ocean Technology and currently working as the professor and head in Center for Ocean Research, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai, which is established with the MOS Earth Science and Technology Cell for Marine Biotechnological Studies, recognized by the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, and identified as the MSME TIFAC Academic Partnership Center for Aquaculture sector. He did his undergraduate in zoology and post-graduation in aquaculture. He obtained his doctorate degree in marine biology and oceanography from Center for Advanced Studies in Marine Biology, Annamalai University. He published more than 54 research articles in peer-reviewed journals, 13 book chapters, a book, and 2 patents for his credit. He has also reviewed the Young Scientist Research Award from Science and Engineering Research Board, Government of India. He is being identified as one of the core investigators in the Marine Bioresources and Biotechnology Network Program by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. He is serving as the editorial board member of Plasmon, Mitochondrial DNA Part B Resources, BMC Research Notes, and guest editor for special issues in Journal of Basic Microbiology and Biomass Conversion and Biorefinery, and reviewer, board member of the Fishes and Frontrunners in Marine Sciences. As a principal investigator, he handled and is handling Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Science and Technology, BRNS and MOS funded projects. As co-investigator in MOS, BRNS and DBT funded projects. Mentor for ICMR SRF, Rafford Fellows and postdoctoral research fellows till date. His research areas include marine biology and ecology, fisheries and aquaculture, marine biofouling, nanobiotechnology, marine omics, coastal conservation and sustainable development, marine environmental education and awareness. With this background, Once again, I welcome Dr. Inbakandan sir for delivering the topic of research and development activities carried out in Center for Ocean Research, as well as Optimia culture and its economic values. Sir, hand over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Thiru, and thank you, Mr. Prabhu. Thanks for the elaborated introduction also. So is it my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. First of all, thanks to the technology, our Sathyabama technology incubation. As this is the funded program from Department of Science and Technology, and the program is Technology-Based Entrepreneurship Development Program in Aquaculture. And being an online program, and we want to talk about what Center for Ocean Research is doing, particularly in marine biotechnology as well as aquaculture side, as well as I'm going to elaborate about the value addition application of the live feed Artemia, what we have about the general biology of Artemia, and what we have done in Center for Ocean Research. That kind of glimpses I'm going to provide in this particular talk. As you all know, Sathyabama is having 14 different research centers, and one of the premier research centers is Center for Ocean Research. It is a joint initiative with National Institute of Ocean Technology and incepted in the year of 2007. Actually, we have around 40,000 square feet of research area, and entire our building was inaugurated by the former Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. Sailesh Naik, and you can see in the photograph also our current Dr. JPR and Sailesh Naik sir, who have inaugurated the facility. And these are all the major labs and facilities what we are having in our Sathyabama University campus. Particularly, we have facility on aquaculture, marine biofouling, marine algal culture, marine biotechnology, marine microbiology, marine ecotoxicology, proteomics and genomics related to aquaculture and marine biotechnology, mass spectroscopy, microscopy, cell culture, fermentation lab, post-harvest technology lab, material science chemistry lab, as well as larval rearing facility. And these are all the facilities and labs are available in the Sathyabama University campus at Chennai. Apart from that, we have two field research experimentations facility. One is nearby Chennai, that is nearby the Buckingham Canal, that is the JPR Salpan, which is around 80 acres. And another research station at JPR Fishing Harbor at Muttam. So as the program, it is coined by our technology business incubator. And we can say proudly that the technology business incubator is funded by NSTEDB, by the Department of Science and Technology. And why, in what way the Center for Ocean Research is related to this TBA is because one of the objective of technology business incubator is to promote marine-based startups and marine-based objectives or anything. If it is there, this technology business incubator will help them and ready to fund them and support them. Maybe none other than the TBA. This TBA will support students as well as the other entrepreneurs, particularly in marine bioresource utilization. And we are also having lab space, startup space, particularly to cultivate such kind of things and inculcate such kind of objectives. And this particular photograph is just to say that Dr. Mittal, who is the former advisor and secretary of NSTEDB, inaugurated this facility. And we are not only working towards aquaculture, we are also helping people who are doing mushroom cultivation. And the other products are seaweed biofertilizer, transfit biofertilizer, and we have enriched Artemia And also we are keenly helping the other people like Physionist mobile application, CRS mobile, smart mobility. Why I'm saying all these things is we're not only marine biotechnology, even we are helping people in startup and other programs in engineering aspects also. Apart from that, our Center for Ocean Research is identified by the DST and provided a support with the FIST, Fund for Improvement of Science and Technology Infrastructure. In this aspect, we are focusing on health sciences, particularly these instruments like TUC analyzer, water quality probe, underwater camera, and air quality monitor is available with us. These instruments will help us in analyzing the seawater and coastal and marine water samples and sediment samples. Apart from that, we are recognized as the nodal cell for marine biology, ecology, and marine biotechnological studies by the Ministry of Health Science Technology, and we have established the Health Science Technology cell in our center. And this particular cell is with a grant support of around 5 crore is giving as an initial grant, and major 5 funded projects are going on in this particular cell in collaboration with National Institute of Ocean Technology and the CMLRE. All the funded projects mainly they are concentrating on marine ecology, marine biofouling, marine microbiology, and marine-based nanoparticle synthesis for biomedical application, and marine-based nanoparticle synthesis for aquaculture application. These are all the work we have carried out in this cell particularly. Apart from that, our Center for Ocean Research is recognized by the Department of Biotechnology, and we have established the Skill Vigyan Center. Previously, we have given a program called PG Diploma in Fishery Food Product Technology, and now we are planning to go with the Advanced Diploma on Aquaculture Technician, and we are waiting for the support from the Agricultural Skill Council of India as well as the Ministry of Skill Development Initiative. Why I am particularly covering this particular slide here is this program is designed as a 6 months course in the campus and 6 months course in the aquaculture industry, so that the person who is pursuing this particular PG diploma can directly have an industrial exposure. That will be very helpful for them. Additionally to the PG diploma, we are providing the skill certification program also. And one more recognition for our Center for Ocean Research is this is a TIFAC Academic Partner Center, as it is recognized by DST, MSME, TIFAC. And we are also focusing on aquaculture aspect, particularly Sathyabama in association with the All India Shrimp Hatchery Association. We are working with shrimp hatcheries, and we are doing the gap analysis, what kind of problem that hatcheries are facing and how we can provide our support to the industry, and how best the aquaculture hatchery industries can utilize our students in their gap sectors. Now coming to the technology part, technical part of this slide, today I'm going to talk about Artemia. Hope if the audience are a biologist, everybody know what is an Artemia, and if the audience are entrepreneurs or a non-biologist, and these basic knowledge in Artemia will be very much helpful to them. So Artemia, they are a very small animal. It's a crustacean, belongs to a crab family, and they used to live in the saline water, that is a salt water. It is a zooplankton, as it is very small in size and visible to naked eyes. And it is also called as live feed, brine shrimp, sea monkey, and with all vernacular name. Why it is called as live feed means because for any kind of aquatic organism, this will be a best live feed. And the preference to each species, Artemia is one of the tastiest food for those aquatic organisms. and it is a well-known in the toxicity research as a model organism to fix the lethal dose, particularly the LD50 concentration. We can fix if anyone want to work on any kind of aquatic toxicity or any kind of drug exposure. RTMA can be the best model to fix the LD50 concentration. And it is also known in the aquatic veterinary research as a vector. So if any kind of aquatic organism, if it is having any kind of disease and we want to provide any kind of drug which we have to save from the aquatic environment where it is living, we can use artemia as a vector, and as we can enrich this artemia with the particular drug of interest and make the aquatic organism to eat it, and so that we can disseminate the particular drug administration into the aquatic organism. And it is also well known as a feed for ornamental fishes at home aquariums and edible fishes in aquaculture industry. Actually, this particular slide, actually, I just want to show this particular slide. 1 minute. This particular is going to give a cartoonic appearance of how a human life cycle will be there. As we all know, an adult parent can give birth to a baby, and the baby become a child, and the child become an adolescent. The adolescent become again an adult. So during this particular period where the adult become an adolescent, as well as during this cycle, particularly the give birth of a baby and it becomes a child. This is elaborated in the lower cartoon, where the fetus will be in the womb, and when the mother gave birth, it will be a baby and an infant, and it become a toddler and preschooler and primary. That is called as a juvenile form, and it become an adolescent, and become an adult and old person. So we all know that as a human, the supply of the food is in the womb will be taken care by the umbilical, and the mother, whatever she is having as a food, the nutrients will be given through this connection, and the fetus in the womb will be developed. Whereas when the mother gave birth to a baby, the baby which is not having any developed teeth, so we cannot give directly rice or those or any kind of food what an adult human being is having. So we generally baby will feed the mother's milk, and later it will take the any kind of Cerelac, Nestum, or any kind of colloid substance which will be help in growth of the baby. So the mouth part is not particularly developed well, so that the baby cannot eat the food what adult can eat. Slowly, when the baby become a toddler, some kind of a tooth will be formed, and then we can give the food to the baby. So like that, even the aquatic organisms, it may be a shrimp, or it may be a lobster, or it may be a crab, or it may be a squid, bivalve fish, or a seaweed. They have they have an adult form. From the adult form, a broodstock will be given spawning. That is, after fertilization, the broodstock after copulation, the broodstock will given the spawn. The spawning will be an induced or a natural spawning, and it will give a fertilized egg, and the fertilized egg become a fry and a fingerling as a juvenile and adult. In the case of shrimp, we used to call it as a larvae, post-larvae, and juvenile. And if in case of fin fishes, we used to call it fry, fingerling, and juvenile. So if it is in the case of seaweed or anything, the seaweed will release a spore, and that spore will become a young thallus, and the young thallus become an adult thallus, and it become a mature seaweed. This is a normal life cycle. So even in this this life cycle, actually this can be classified in the aquaculture preview as a hatchery technology, as a grow technology. The hatchery technology, the broodstock will be maintained. That is, the adult male and female will be maintained in the hatchery, and in a particular condition, they are made to spawn, maybe in a natural way or induced way, and that will be given to a fertilized eggs, and that egg become a fry and a larvae. And in this particular hatchery technology, the fertilized egg, to reach the fry or a larvae, live feed aquaculture is needed. That will be explained in the next slide. Once this fertilized egg become a fry to larvae, that will be in the right stage, which is called as a seed, that can be taken to the grow technology, where it will be raised up to a fingerling or a post larvae, then as a juvenile as well as an adult form. So knowing the entire stages in an elaborated way, we have to know what is the live feed aquaculture, particularly what is a phytoplankton and a zooplankton. So when we are talking about a live feed aquaculture, we should know what is a zooplankton. And the zooplankton, here the examples are chlorella, Chaetosaurus, Isochrysis, and Spirulina. And whereas in the zooplankton, we are giving an example of Artemia, rotifer, copepod, and mosquitoes. You can see the size of various zooplankton. The chlorella belongs to 2 to 10 micrometer, whereas the Chaetosaurus is around 85 micrometers, and the Isochrysis are 7.5 micrometers, and the Spirulina is around 500 micrometers. Whereas the zooplanktons are size less than 500 micrometers. That means any kind of fry in the initial stage, they can eat the phytoplankton because the size is very lesser, and slowly they become, if it is a carnivore animal or a omnivore, they can go, they can prefer for a zooplankton. That time we can provide this these kind of organisms like Artemia or rotifer, copepod, or mosquito larvae. And today we are going to see in an elaborated manner on what is an Artemia. So as I said, why we have to differentiate the food particle size here? Because as I said, any life cycle, particularly here we are showing a Penaeus monodon life cycle. The Penaeus monodon, it's nothing but the tiger shrimp. This cartoon says that this will be taken to the maturation tank, that they do artificial induced spawning, where we can ablate the eye. That once the eye has been ablated, so once the eyes are ablated, they will give spawning. That spawning will happen in the early morning, and the fertilized egg will be developed as an Naplier, and the Naplier become a zoea, and the zoea become a mysis, and mysis become a post larvae. And the post larvae will be taken to the grow technology, as I said, a pond where the subadult or a juvenile will form, then adult will form, that will be harvested. This is what I have explained in the previous slide. But we have to think about these tiny organisms where the zoea is having 3 stages, like zoea 1, zoea 2, and zoea 3. And mysis is mysis 1, mysis 2, and mysis 3, and post larvae 1. So the Naplier, it become a zoea. In this particular stage, it won't eat anything, but in the zoea stage, it started eating. In this Naplier stage, they will eat the phytoplankton and zooplankton. And once in the zooplankton stage, the zoea stage, the preference of the feed particle is 160 micrometer. The same it will be for zoea 2 also. As it is grow well in the zoea 3, the preference will be 200 micrometer, and when become a mysis 1 to 3, the preference will be 250 to 400 micrometer, and the PL1 it prefer more than 500 micrometer large particles. As I said, Artemia they are around 400 to 500 micrometer when it is in an adult form. Like this shrimp also, Artemia is having a separate life cycle that we can be discussed in the later stages. And when we are talking about the classification of this, particularly Artemia, as we all know, animal kingdom has been classified to vertebrates as well as invertebrate. In invertebrate, particularly arthropod, which is having the crustacean family, that crab family. This crab family is having all these animals, and the Artemia is also there. So even the shrimp, crayfish, lobster, everything belongs to crustacean. So this is the scientific classification of Artemia. Artemia belongs to the kingdom Animalia and the phylum Arthropoda, and subphylum Crustacea, class Brachiopoda, and order Anostreca. So the family is Artemidae, and the genus is Artemia. And the Artemia can be scientifically named based on the global position where it is available. So in some country they used to call this as Artemia franciscana, and in some country they used to call it as Monica, and in some place it is Persimilus, and it is also called as Artemia salina or Artemia sinica, Artemia tibesiana, Artemia urmenia, and etc. As I said, like crab, even shrimps, even this Artemia is having different developmental stages, and then this is a cartoonic representation of an adult female Artemia. And this female Artemia, they can give rise to an egg. Then the egg become an 8-cell blastula, gastrula, naupliae, mysis. Like that, it will again also grow to a subadult, and it become an adult. Particularly the Artemia in the mysis stage. This particular form is having a rich egg yolk in its body content, which is completely rich in fatty acid. Around this particular naupliae will be around 300 to 400 micrometer, and the size will be around 2 microgram per animal. And it is very rich in polyunsaturated fatty acid. So that's what all the aquatic organisms prefer, this particular naupliae. And you can see the pictorial representation of the naupliae here. And this is the life cycle of an Artemia naupliae. You can see how a gastrula and an umbrella stage that is developing to a naupliae and instars, different instars, and then it become an adult. This particular life cycle picture is generated by our scientists at Center for Ocean Research. And this is a normal cyst. So we should know why Artemia is providing this particular cyst. Cyst is nothing but the egg of an Artemia, and this cyst is having a fantastic information within this. As in the dormant stage, we can keep the cyst almost for more than a year. It can even after 10 to 12 years also, if the cyst is aerated, it will start giving the naupliae. Okay, that kind of a capacity is having the cyst. And these cysts is also called as victory eggs. Before talking about the stages of the cyst and hydrated thing, I just want to provide some of the videos which will be very helpful for you to understand what is a naupliae and why how we can make a cyst to a naupliae in the home like that. See, you can see this particular person is using the Pepsi bottle as a base to hatch out the cyst in his home itself. So he took one 2-liter Pepsi or a Coke bottle and he removed the bottom. And he kept the bottom on in a vertical manner. So the bottom will be on the top side so that we can get a conical space. And he have filled this particular bottle with seawater. Here he have filled the water with the fresh water and he is aerating it to make it as a seawater. If we want to make a seawater with 35 ppt, we have to add 33 to 35 grams of our table salt so that it is an artificial seawater which will be good for the Naplie hatching off. So now it is right, and he is also adding some baking soda. This will help him in easy hatching out. Now he is adding a gram of 1 to 2 gram of Naplie. And he is making particular solution to one. So in 1 liter of seawater, he is just aerating this 1 liter of seawater, which is having that Nauplius inside. So the things needed for this particular Naplie hatch out is we need a conical bottom and we needed a vigorous aeration and we need a light source, as the Artemia are very much attracted by the light, and it needed a temperature around 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. The light source will also provide a warmth to the environment so that hatching will be very easy. So within 24 hours, the cyst will become aerated and it will started providing the hatching out into a Naplie. So he start the aeration of program. You can see how the Naplie will swim out to the top of the surface. So you can see the Naplies are swimming inside the water column. The unhatched egg, the cyst, are floating on the top. So by the attraction of light, the Naplie will come and swim near the surface. This can be filtered with the cloth. You see the Naplie has filtered out. It's a bright orange or blue that can be utilized for exact organism. As I said, these Artemia are very much attracted towards light. See, with the light source, the Artemia are attracted and it is going towards the light. This video will show how RTMA will hatched out. So when the dry cyst is mixed with water, within 24 hours, it will aerated and become a oval shape. Then it will just split it out and giving rise to this naupliae. You can see the umbrella stage. And you can see the yolk material inside the naupliae. And the eye formation is happening. And the red spot is also appearing. And now the antennas are developed and the naupliae become a free swimming animal. You can see the unhatched cysts are on the top of the water column, and the naupliae are attracted by the light and swimming nearby the light source. So it became a metanaupliae with a large trunk. The Artemia are eating the hydra and bacteria available in the water. And this is one small video to show how a baby seahorse is eating the Artemia. You can see the baby horse which is very tiny, and it is happily eating the Artemia. As I already said that Artemia is preferred by all the aquatic organisms, and it is a very favorable kind of a life for those aquatic organisms. Now coming back to the slide, as I said, as I said, once our cyst is aerated, it will become swell, and the cyst will split and give rise to this naupliae. The naupliae will be developed as an umbrella stage, then it become a free swimming naupliae. Even with the small pipette available in our lab, we can pick the naupliae in the lab. So that's what it is easy to handle. And even we can give to any kind of larval fishes. The below cartoon shows that how this particular see the below cartoon show that there's a fish larvae, and see the mouth part. So the mouth part is very much okay to eat this tiny Artemia naupliae. And these are all the science-based thing about the Artemia naupliae. And as it all give elaborated about the science, I'm directly going how Artemia forming has been took part in our JBL salt pen. So as I already said that Center for Ocean Research is having a field experimentation facility. That is the JPL salt pan nearby Buckingham Canal, where we are doing salt production. So generally for salt production, there will be evaporation pond, and this particular pond is having a large content of salt content, that it is more than 35 ppt when the water evaporated. So we want to do an integrated salt pan production with artemia farming. So we have dig a pit like this near the evaporation pond. That is the initial pond preparation. Then we have pumped the seawater, which is around 20 to 25 ppt on that particular pond, and that will be filled near on the pit also. Then the freshly hatched Artemia naple, actually we hatched with the help of the commercially available cysts. We have made the naple to hatch out in the lab, and these naple become the seed or inoculum that will be inoculated in the evaporated pond. Okay. Artemia naple, actually, once the evaporation starts, the 25 ppt will become 35 ppt, and even it goes up to 40 ppt. That will be ideal condition for any Artemia naple to grow as an Artemia adult. So Artemia naple will grow and reproduce in the evaporation pond as the salinity condition is good. And even in the picture, you can see Artemia adult visible in the evaporation. After 20 days of the inoculation of this Artemia naple, the adults are swimming inside the pit. So you can see the small orange dots. These are all the adult Artemia. And this is inspected by the officials of DST NSTEDB. Dr. Anita Gupta inspected it, and she vouched that it will be a benefitable technology. And our scientist, Dr. Thiru, who handled the entire project, and he just using a hand net, he have harvested the adult Artemia. See, this is a partial harvest. You can see in the bucket, it is sorry, it's full of adult Artemia, which is a very attractive brownish orange color. And these healthy Artemia mass is harvested, and for the audience purpose, we have just kept it in a petri plate, and want to show how an adult Artemia will look. What we are doing a value addition here is actually these adult Artemia is a very much preferred food for aquarium keepers, as this adult Artemia, as I said, it's a preferred food for those ornamental fishes. So these aquarium keepers have a heavy demand of this particular biomass, and we have harvested the biomass, which is we have integratedly done with the salt production at our salt pan. And we have freeze dyes in around 500 grams in a pack. This freezed mass will be sold for around 500 to 600 grams, 500 to 600 rupees for 500 grams. Also, we have done some freeze drying experiment, and this Artemia cake, Artemia flakes, and other things also we have done that. These kind of cakes and flakes will be useful for aquarium keepers. If they are going out for a vacation, or they cannot feed the aquarium fishes for more than 10 to 5 days, these cakes can be dipped into the tank so that it is slowly disseminated, and the Artemia can be being a best prey for those predators, for those organisms that are ornamental fishes. So you can see the pictures. The small animals are also eating. The large animal is preferring the adult Artemia. As I already said that, if a aquatic organism is infected by a disease, we cannot give any kind of tablets or anything to the fishes, as they are living in a water kind of environment. So any kind of drug or any kind of chemical interest can be given to the nauplier, so that nauplier will be taken there, and that nauplier will be feed to the particular aquatic organism. And this is the work we have done in our lab. You can see it is enriched with liposomes. These kind of enrichment experiments have done in many countries, particularly this one is done in Jerusalem and in Indonesia. These Indonesian people, they have enriched this particular Artemia with a different kind of phytoplankton, and they came to know that Skeletonema and Spirulina will provide a good enrichment in the adult content, particularly the pupa content. It is getting enriched. And this particular work is done in Brazil, where they have feed the catfish juveniles with the enriched nauplier. The nauplier is enriched with the probiotic and prebiotic. The probiotics are nothing but Bacillus subtilis, and the prebiotic is insulin. Also, they have enriched the nauplier with symbiotic, and they came to know that the probiotic enrichment give better results. And this work is done in India, particularly from the Bardiyar University, where they have enriched the Artemia with the Lactobacillus sporagen probiotic, and that will give a healthy freshwater shrimp, as they are enriched the gut content of the particular shrimps. And this particular work is done in our lab. We have enriched the Artemia nauplier with the liposome, which is also, the liposome is also enriched with or encapsulated with the spirulina juice, so that the Artemia will grow in a better way and with kind of a nutritional enrichment. Thank you. If there is any questions from the audience?
This audience, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. So I think there is no questions. Thank you so much for your very valuable and informative presentation, sir.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Participants, our next session will be the next session will be started at 1:30 p.m. Please everyone join before 5 minutes. The session will be on MSME schemes. I have explained about the Ministry of Small, Medium and Ministry of Small, Medium Enterprises is a very big ministry to support startups and small enterprises, right? Mr. Krishnamurthy sir will going to explain about what are the schemes and what are the supports we can expect from the Ministry of Small, Medium and Medium Enterprises. You can leave the meeting and join exactly at 1:25. Thank you.